Good morning. Um, I'm back with another video. Um, my name is Mike. This is the Rabbit Hole with Mike Perillo. If you're familiar with my channel, you know the last couple of videos. Um, well, bottom line is I've been going through a lot of emotional things in my head in the last 7 months. Check those videos out if you want to know what I'm talking about. I really don't want to get into it. But I did contact my former employer um, just to see what was up. And I understand why they released me, but it just sucks. Anyway, today, let's see, I got my new Jaguars hoodie slash shirt on today. Now let's talk about the first game of the season, Lions and Chiefs. Um, Honestly, I wasn't, I didn't know what to expect with that. Um, but I also didn't expect it to be so close. Um, Honestly, I was rooting for the Lions, and me and my daughter, we've come up with a small list of teams that we want to follow this year, and um, number one, the Philadelphia Eagles. Two, the Jaguars, obviously. Um, and honestly, the Jaguars kind of have a piece of my heart, or they always did. I've always liked them, but I kind of started really paying attention to them when my daughter's school mascot is obviously the Jaguars, exactly the same logo, the whole thing. Um, the Jets only because of Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not saying I'm on their bandwagon or fan wagon or whatever innuendo you want to say. I just want to see how Rodgers does with that team because he's actually, he was like, oh, I want out of Green Bay. I want out with Green Bay. And then also, like, oh, I have nobody. I have no receivers. I have no this. I have no that. But then he brings half the Green Bay Packers roster with him. So I'm calling them Green Bay East, I guess. And I also noticed when he was behind Brett Favre, Brett Favre didn't want anything to do with him. Like, oh, he's just a rookie. And then you had that whole thing with Favre, like, oh, I'm in, I'm out, I'm retiring, blah, blah, blah. And then he got traded to the Jets. And lo and behold, Rodgers steps up after Favre leaves. And then all of a sudden, Rodgers wins a Super Bowl, wins MVPs just like Favre. And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. Oh, I want out. I don't have anybody, blah, blah, blah. The ownership is crap. And then he goes to where? The Jets, like Brett Favre. So basically, in a couple of years, Rodgers is going to say, oh, I want out of the Jets and then go to Minnesota. Is that what's going to happen? Is that his plan? Because what is he going to follow the coattails of Brett Favre? I don't know. But anyway, that's the one reason why we are following the Jets. The Eagles, like I said before, obviously come from Philly. brotherly love. Gotta, stick with the home team. The Lions, because honestly, I'm a football fan in general, and I'm not saying I have one team. And I know a lot of people are going to frown upon that, like, oh, you can't like more than one team. I'm a football fan first. I love football in general. I follow every team, and I have every jersey and every hoodie and every piece of merchandise of every team. So that's just who I am. Um, but anyway, the Lions, because honestly, I want to see how they're building on what they built on last year, and I want them to actually do something other than Thanksgiving being their Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I was watching last night's game, I thought, oh my God, this is great. And then they won, which was a shocker, and I'm like, oh my God, they just beat the champs. And I'm not saying just because they went but people don't realize, yeah, the team has stuff to work on, the Lions. And Jared Goff, okay, he's a mid tier quarterback. I'm not saying he's up there with the Brady's and the Rodgers and you know, he's kind of somewhere in the middle. But you know what? He won yesterday. Um, on opening night in Kansas City as KC was running, raising their banner. And what I'm not looking forward to in terms of the outburst or the conversation this week or whenever is the reason why um, Kansas City lost was because um, oh God, Travis Kelce was out, and uh, God, his name slips my mind. The defensive player, Jones. I'm blanking on his first name right now. Um, and it honestly it did show. The chemistry wasn't there with his offense at times, and the defense was off at times or all night, whatever. But my opinion, even just because you're not the star players on the team, say you're second, third, fourth, even going down the depth charts, whatever. Just because you're not that number one, you're one. You made it to the NFL from college for a reason. Two, know the playbook. Three, you're a professional. Okay. Um. Again, names are slipping my mind today because I'm thinking of a lot of other things. Um. Anyway, I think the defensive player. Correct me in the comments. I think Chris Jones is coming to mind. I know his last name is Jones, but I think his first name is Chris. But anyway, and um, the point is, they're saying, oh, there's going to be an asterisk next to this loss to the with the Chiefs because Travis Kelce wasn't there, or Chris Jones wasn't there, or this, that, and the other. And that's not fair, to be honest. Every time I hear the word Kelce, I want to say Jason Kelce because he's on the Eagles, who is my home team. So, but anyway, And then that's the reason why we're going with the Lions. And the Bears, we're following because, like we do every year, my daughter's favorite team was the Bears when she started to get into football and watch it with me. And, my video game, every time I play the Bears, she liked the bear logo and she liked the dancing bear mascot, whatever. So in a nutshell, we are following Philadelphia, the Jaguars, the Jets, the Lions, the Bears. Um, yeah, last night was an incredible game. So we'll see. And then the Chiefs' next opponent are the Jaguars. And honestly, these aren't the 95 Jaguars. These aren't the Jaguars of old. Honestly, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say my Super Bowl prediction. I don't like doing this, but my Super Bowl prediction this year are the Eagles, um, the Jaguars in the Super Bowl. That's my Super Bowl. My I don't know how many wild cards there are in each division, but I'm gonna give you maybe one or two. Wild card Jaguars. I mean, not Jaguars. Honestly, I'm only saying this if the Kansas City Chiefs do not beat the Jaguars next week. I'm going. My wild cards are Kansas City and the Jaguars in the AFC Championship game, and the Jaguars beat Kansas City. And obviously, my wild card in the NFC is ooh, that's kind of gonna go hard, but I'm gonna go um mm, I'm gonna go. Oh, my mind is blanking. Um, Lions and Dallas in the wild card. Then the Lions meet the Eagles in the NFC Championship game, and the Eagles win out and go to the Super Bowl. And then my Super Bowl is the Eagles and Jaguars. Um, so that's my football take for today. But I've been meaning to do this video, so I'm gonna kind of do it in this one, so I don't have to make two separate videos. Cause I got the time. Um, let's talk NASCAR, right? This is just total, like I said, rabbit hole. I can go down any hole. This is what I mean by rabbit hole. Um, I recently purchased a couple of legendary Hot Wheels die-cast NASCAR cars. Um, all legends. Um, well, let's start with um. Well, this one I still got to unwrap, but I should have unwrapped it before the video, but it shouldn't take long. This one, you got the 48 Lowe's Jimmy Johnson. Classic. Legend. My favorite NASCAR driver, Jeff Gordon in the classic 24 DuPont, or DuPont, right? I mean, he kind of went away from this before he retired. You know, he kind of joined up with Pepsi, but that's fine. And honestly, just like any other sport, they should, retire certain NASCAR numbers, like 24, 3, for obvious reasons, number 43 for Richard Petty, and number 8 for Dale Earnhardt Jr., but that, again, that's just my opinion. I was gonna save the other one that's still not in its box for last, but anyway, I got the Dale Earnhardt Budweiser number 8 still in its package. You know, and I bought these off of, all off of eBay. Then I got 2 flat out legends. Okay, we'll start with this one, the Dale Earnhardt Sr. Classic Black number 3. The Good Wrench number 3. And it sucks how he passed, but you know, this is legendary, and I couldn't pass that up. And last but not least, I hope, which is still in the box it came in, I saw this particular car in a regular, like, diecast, NASCAR, current, but I figured I'd buy it in the original form, which is the Richard Petty number 43 truck. From the packaging says Richard Petty number 43 STP diecast from 1984. It should say it right there. I'm sure it goes further back than that, but we'll turn the box around just so you can see a better version. So, I saw this in a regular car form, but I thought, it's not the same. That's not Richard Petty. I mean, it might have been later in the 80s and 90s, but to me, it's not. So, wrapping up this video, I enjoyed last night's football game. I hope you guys enjoyed my NASCAR toy collection, I guess you can call it that. And subscribe, like, if you love what you see or hear. And just to let you know, I am very honest and open about everything. So, and I don't model my channel after anybody. So if you're new here, hit like, subscribe. If you're an old subscriber or you want to subscribe, check out my other videos. Honestly, I lost a lot of them when I had to reboot my phone and reboot my channel. But this is where we discuss anything under the sun. I can click on that power button on my phone and anything can come out of my mouth. So, with that said, have a great day. I love you. And enjoy that football season. Because honestly, it's going to be hard for me personally because this is going to be the first football season I had to get through in, you know, without going to the job I currently lost 7 months ago in 15 years. So, I mean, right now I could be talking to my friends about last night's game and other games that are going to happen and just, that classic football talk. So, anyway, I'm not going to bore you with that part of my problems. But, again, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. I love you.